To be honest, in this life that I have lived, I have not been to much places. Although I have traveled to a couple of different states, North Carolina, Atlanta, and Virginia. Majority of my family is in Africa, meaning that there are only a few here in the states. If it was not for my family here in the states, I would not be able to travel to these different states in the United States. In the states listed, North Carolina, Atlanta, and Virginia, I've had outstanding experiences throughout all the trips. Out of all the states listed above, the one with the best experience for me was the trip to Virginia. Out of all of the states listed, Virginia took me the longest to get to. It took me about 2 to 3 hours. We flew through the states: Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and North Carolina just to get to Virginia. And when me and my family arrived in Richmond, we was picked up by my in-law. They stayed in these beautiful townhouses in Dale City, Virginia. We had to drive around Virginia, and I thought to myself, like, this place is very small. I mean, compared to Texas, I'm Texas born and raised, so I definitely know everything's bigger in Texas. So, when I went to Virginia, I wasn't too comfortable with it because it was so small. The town was so small, the cities, all types of stuff. But it was more of a historical trip for me because I got to drive to D.C. and see the White House, the Pentagon, and I got to see the Lincoln Memorial. That, you know, and I was amazed by all of them as well. Just seeing my historical background in the U.S. It was very special. Seeing the White House is like it was a bit intimidating because they literally have like army troops on top of on the roof of the of the roof of the White House, and I was very worried, very scared. You know, but that was my trip to Virginia. Now, one thing I liked about Atlanta is that it shares a lot of similarity with Texas. The only difference for me is that Texas is way bigger, of course. But when traveling to Atlanta, I went through the states: Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. My in-law and my cousin stayed in Stockbridge, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, in a very nice house. My favorite part for me going to Atlanta was going to downtown Atlanta. There's a lot of movie theaters, food places. There's a lot of great things that you can see. And one of the favorite things for me to see down there was the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think it's very nice. If you're in Atlanta, you should definitely visit that. But their food is delicious, and the people over there are nice. And I actually went to one of the most known malls in Atlanta. It's called the Lenox Mall, where I got to see DC Young Fly, a comedian, a very well-known comedian, which it made my trip definitely. It definitely made that trip way better than Virginia. I mean, Virginia though was it was a more of a historical. It was more of a learning trip for me, but Atlanta was more of a fun type of thing. You know, that's how I felt about it. Virginia and Atlanta, they made very great memories and great experiences for me so far. One day I would like to travel outside of the United States. I would like to go to where my family's from, which is West Africa. And I would definitely like to go to more states down here in the United States. I would like to go to California, New York, and Las Vegas. Those are the next states I would like to go to. I feel like the more you travel, the better experiences and memories you make for yourself. And that'll be all today. Thank you very much.